I shake Dana White's hand after Sacudio fight in 2006, and he say, get your situation figured out, and we sign you right away, man.
I believe in people coming to this country from other countries, but doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You go through immigration, you get in here, and these people get to realize the American dream.
Because you didn't have a proper visa, right?
Yes, because I come here illegally,
So yeah, that was the big problem.
You had to go back to Brazil, and it was always told to us that it was visa issues.
That was the reason for the Brazil problem.
Those who enter the U.S. illegally cannot apply for a green card inside the U.S. They can leave the U.S. and apply for a green card abroad.
But for that, you have to go to your country on your own terms.
You know, we thought we had a pretty good chance. We had letters from Chuck, we had letters from friends, we had letters from the UFC.
Then I went an interview, and that's when we got denied.
This commission, in good conscience, cannot recommend you for a license, and we therefore deny your application.
Shit. Now I gotta, what you do now?
Didn't I do what you asked?
Yes, you did.
So I should get a license, right?
Not exactly.
It was a nightmare for Glover. It was a nightmare the way that happened.
Glover and Ingrid appealed the decision. The appeal is also rejected.
You know, we had a moment, we cried, I called him, you know, and then you sit back up and you figure something else out.
There's not much else to figure out. If your appeal is rejected, it's pretty much game over.
People telling me that a second appeal will never be approved, ever.
She was really angry and upset because, you know, we could have this life.
Esperei 6 meses sem lutar, sem dinheiro, casado aqui, minha mulher me ligando.
Anybody else would have crumpled and just crawled under a rock.
Foi dos piores momentos da minha vida.
Fighting isn't like being an accountant or something where you can do it, you know, for 50, 60 years. Fighting is short. It's a small window of opportunity.
I say, what's going on? Why? What's happening? You know, what's this? Why is happening that way? Why am I missing this prime?
Man, that's the prime of his career. He lost his chance to get a title.
Right, so to say something about going after what makes you happy?
No, that's the pursuit of happiness. But what's your point?
My point is I'm pursuing something and nobody looks too happy about it.
I asked Chuck this. I say, hey, Chuck, you think I should fight this guy? I mean, I'm in the hype. I'm waiting for UFC, you know? He's like, you gotta fight that. You gotta fight everybody. Because if you can't beat that guy, what are you gonna do in UFC anyway?
I mean, maybe you're doing your job, but why you gotta stop me from doing mine? Because if you're willing to go through all the battling you gotta go through to get to where you wanna get, who's got the right to stop you?
Because I knew I made a mistake. I can't change this now, but I'm gonna do it right now.
Aí vou começar a lutar, vamos...
I start fighting everybody.
Well, that's when you went and killed everyone. Like, that's when you went and you won 20 in a row.
Yes. I was fighting everybody. I had like fights line up like every 2 weeks.
Sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't.
1 year passes.
Eu pensando, o sonho é esse aqui. Então uma hora acontece.
I mean, maybe some of you guys got something you never finished, something you really want to do, something you never said to somebody, something. And you're told no, even after you pay your dues. Who's got the right to tell you that? Who? Nobody. It's your right to listen to your gut. It ain't nobody's right to say no after you earn the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do.
Teixeira!
I was fighting for him as best I could over here. I would call that desk every day.
Grinding.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
2 years pass.
We keep hoping, man. We're just hoping, you know?
Uma hora, meu irmão, alguém vai ter que fazer alguma coisa.
3 years pass.
I don't like to take no for an answer, and we just don't give up. I had this little epiphany one day.
And I said, you know, there's been a lot of time that has gone by. Why can't I submit more information?
I was like, let me write a letter. So I wrote this letter to the Connecticut Congressman's office, Senator Murphy.
Eu me emociono falar dessa carta, de verdade, porque uma carta que eu li que realmente...
Maybe the heartfelt letter must have caught the eye of somebody.
And somehow, Glover gets a second interview.
The interview was on the 23rd of December, and it is my birthday.
É o dia do aniversário dela.
Caralho. Maneiro.
Peguei. O cara nem entrevistou, cara. We walk in, we talk a little bit. The guy was super nice, you know, and he said, hey, man, look like I'm gonna see you in the TV in a little bit.
We did it. I don't know how. 6 months after that, you know, he was home.
Until he was back on U.S. soil, I almost couldn't even believe it.
not good at reacting to that kind of stuff because I want to be the tough guy at Pitmaster. So I try not to cry, but I cry too easily. He's back. He's one of our family, you know, and he's back. You know, it meant a lot.
UFC sent the contract, and we were ready to go, and it was...
Glover Teixeira enters the octagon for the first time. Finally, he's here, and he is much needed in a weight class that is absolutely being dominated by the great John Jones.
He wins 5 UFC fights in a row in a little more than a year.
And I went straight to the title. Then I fought John Jones.
The greatest light heavyweight of all time. Glover and John go to war for 5 rounds.
It was a 5 rounds battle.
Definitely was really upset after the fight. When I lost to John Jones, and then I heard some people say, maybe he's not gonna make it, you know?
Glover was 34 when he lost to Jones, who was only 26.
I lost that fight, and then I have a couple ups and downs in my career in UFC.
After being undefeated for 20 fights, Glover loses 4 out of his next 9 fights, 2 of those by knockout.
I've never been knocked out.
I didn't know if you were going to be able to come back from that.
Every time I got to the door for the title, I lost the opportunity.
The years go by, and Glover is only getting older.
It's been times that you think, like, you know...
Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke?
I told my wife, like, if I lose another fight, then I'm probably gonna just quit, you know?
I was 39 years old, and I was like, man, see, I take this so serious, probably not even gonna fight for the title again.
And then I wanted the belt, and I wanted to win so bad, and...
Taking life too serious, you know? Taking this too serious, you know?
That's too much pressure, that's too much attachment into the result.
But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good.
I'm just gonna enjoy my last couple fights, so...
Forget about that. Forget about the goal a little bit and enjoy the journey, you know?
Just gonna enjoy. And when I start enjoying, you know, the results start coming much better.
He continues to grow even at 40 years old.
Every time you think he's done, he actually comes back and wins the fight.
You know, I live a simple life. I don't fight for the money, I fight for the belt. I want that belt, and that's my dream.
41 years young and picked up his 5th straight victory. Does this mean he gets to fight for a title next?
Dana White, man. Beating these young guys is not easy. Give me that title shot, man. 7 years after for John Jones and for the belt.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life.
And the Rocky Balboa Awards, guys, it's not how hard you can hit.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Teixeira has done it! It's insane! He did it! He actually did it!
Never give up on your dreams. No matter what people say, don't listen to them. Believe in yourself, keep going forward.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.